get a little bit more creative and try and find different ways to get him the ball?
Yeah, I think we're growing with our personnel. I think every week, and the more we practice with our guys, we use practice as an experiment. So we're always experiment with different guys, seeing what they can do, and auditioning guys in practice. And so whenever we see a guy that has a talent for something, we try to utilize it in the game. And we don't always get it in at once, but as the season goes on, it gives you opportunities to put guys in position. And yeah, Caleb's an explosive guy. I think our receiving group is starting to emerge, and some of their talents are starting to show more. And so he's a fun guy to make plays for because he's super explosive.
Because he's a guy with 4 straight games now where he's had at least one explosive play for you.
Yep, and that's important. We have to utilize the skills of all the players that can give us explosives, and Caleb's definitely one of those guys.
Just at the end of practice, you mentioned, you got some exciting, it's that time of year, some exciting things start happening for players.
Yeah.
Drew Moss gets invited to the Hula Bowl.
Yeah, he's just been such a good player for us. And, for us to get a kid like him to transfer who's so experienced and has all the qualities we look for, leadership, toughness, unselfishness, I'm just really happy that he gets recognized to get to play in an all-star game. And I think he's got a future after college to play at the next level, and he won't be the last one. We've got other players that are going to get invited to all-star games.
Hawaii is a perfect setting for a guy like that with his personality, right?
Yeah, he's perfect over there. Yeah, he'll get us full of pineapples and coconuts, and he'll have a great time.
Yeah.
You mentioned that there's a lot of familiarity with Mikey Keene on Monday, obviously a guy that you recruited. What are you seeing out of him this year?
He's got a really good release. He's a smart guy. He's played a lot of football. And he's a real capable player. They got good receivers there, and so he's a talent, and we're going to have to do a good job of managing him. Like every quarterback we play against, we're going to have to figure out how to make him have a bad day, and so can't let him be comfortable, can't let him get in rhythm, and we're going to collapse that pocket and make it tough for him to throw out of it.
How much, as you guys kind of grow even more comfortable in this style you're playing offensively, is trying to kind of impose your will on a game rather than have to react to how a game's being played?
Yeah, I think it comes from how we practice and the emphasis that we're putting in on the physicality and the techniques in practice. And I'm challenging guys to be even more physical, and as we move along, the games become more important. But it is part of it, and football is a game of physicality, and the way that we practice and the emphasis we put on it is starting to show up on Saturday. So I think that just gets even more important now.
Obviously, with that in mind, this time of year get dinged up a little bit. How are you guys doing health-wise with some of the guys?
We're like everybody else. We're not 100% by any means. We're starting to get some guys back. I think, Jack's starting to get back out there, and I'm hoping Dom Jones is going to be okay. We've got a lot of guys that have played a lot of physical games, and it takes its toll this time of year. But I think we should get guys back by Saturday. I always tell guys, we don't play till Saturday, so it's Wednesday right now, and so they still got a few days to heal up.
Are you hoping Jacob will be able to?
I am. He's been amazing, as he's been so durable as a player, and it's just hard to play as many games as he has and stay healthy, and so it's catching up with him a little bit, but I think he'll be okay to play.
Does it make practice for a guy like Trevin really important
Yes.
to be ready?
And
get all those reps.
That's the silver lining, when a kid gets hurt or banged up and he can't practice, well, then his backup gets a lot of reps and he gains experience. And so Trevin's gotten quite a few reps in the last month, and his confidence is much higher, and so it should help him if he has to play a lot of snaps.
Are you hopeful that those guys can play?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I am. And those guys have been great. They've, and all those guys are veteran players that have played a lot of games for us. And, I tell them it's like I told Tori, you know, you don't have to prove anything to me, you know. And you know, the old saying is if you can protect yourself, you can play. But if you can't, then you shouldn't.
It seems like the defense has been tackling especially well. Guys in the secondary coming up and making plays. Is that just more attention to detail that you've highlighted, or what do you think?
We've really emphasized it, and you know, we've installed some different tackling drills and just made a real emphasis of it. You know, we're tracking effort and hits on the ball in practice, and really emphasizing it after the game. You know, who had the most hits, and so we've changed the way we've practiced a little bit, and really emphasized finish in both sides of the ball, and it's showing up. You know, with how we're finishing plays and guys are getting to the ball carrier.
I know you're hoping that he'll be okay. I'm obviously hoping to have Jack back as well, but how important has Dom Jones been in that element?
Dom's been amazing, and you know, he was a guy I really challenged early in the season to increase his physicality, because I really felt like he's capable of being a very physical player, but he just wasn't showing it. And the way he's progressed is just amazing. Last week he led our team in hits on the ball and played very physical, made some big tackles in short yardage situations. And so I think it just shows the type of player he could be.
Thank you, Jay.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.